Let's try this again. My voice sounds a little rough because I'm fighting the common cold. And I've had some technical difficulties with my computer this morning and tried many times already to make this video. Part 3 of 3. Questions that were asked to Glenn Beck on his Mormonism 101 episode. Do we worship the same God? It's sad that some people are so less effective and so rude that this question could even come up. There are people who say, oh, they believe in a different God. We all worship the same God. Now, we believe different things about God, but that still doesn't mean it's a different God. Just like there are hung juries. Because somebody on the jury is convinced the person is innocent, somebody in the jury is convinced the person's guilty, and they're talking about the same accused. So we worship the God who created the heavens and the earth. We worship the God who Jesus Christ tells us to pray to, who Jesus calls his Father and our Father. And we worship the God who we will have to answer to on Judgment Day. When we will be judged of him given a reward or punishments that we deserve. He was asked about our missionaries. It's definitely a very well-known icon of our church. A young man with white shirts and ties and a name badge and a tie, white shirt, on a bicycle. We have the missionaries out there because we want you in heaven with us. And so they're there to invite you to do that. And the missionaries, in the middle of doing that, do some service. I taught reading at a drug rehabilitation center. When there's a disaster, you can expect the missionaries to take their white shirt and tie off, and put on some other clothes, and go get dirty cleaning up the results of the tornado or hurricane. The young men start at age 19. Women do that too. Women do it at age 21 for 18 months, 24 months. And senior couples do it. The senior couples have more flexibility about whether to pick 6 months or 2 years, depending on what their circumstances are. And Glenn Beck is a let's see, it was more about the missionaries. So finish talking about the missionaries. And so the missionaries do it full time. They don't go to school, they don't have a job, they don't date, they have limited recreation activities. And it would be stupid to vote against someone because of the missionaries. The missionaries will not ever receive any taxpayer money. We don't want it, we don't ask for it. The current Mormons in the Congress aren't working to get taxpayer money to the missionaries, and that won't change if there's a Mormon in the White House. Glenn Beck is a conservative. Some of the famous Mormons are conservative. Some Mormons are famous for reasons other than their politics, and I don't know what they are, whether they're conservatives or liberals. The church doesn't officially endorse a party or candidates, and and doesn't excommunicate over how somebody votes or who they support politically. So there's a variety of political beliefs among Mormons. Why do Mormons get married so young? Now, we don't do children weddings. We get married as adults, but as far as I can tell, I'm not quoting any studies or statistics, but it seems to me that question is accurate. The average Mormon gets married at a younger age than the average other American. And there are two reasons for that. One is our understanding of heaven, what it's going to be like, and what we're supposed to do to earn our spot there. Father in heaven wants us to get married. The greatest blessings that He has in store for us after final judgment are for those who got married in the right way. There are three heavens. The best of those heavens God calls the celestial kingdom, and there are three divisions in the celestial kingdom, and the best division is for the married people. So we don't want to die single, having passed up opportunities to get married, because then we won't be in the best part of the celestial kingdom. We do believe we'll judge on our desires, and God's not going to punish somebody for what they truly desired but were not able to do. And some people really do want to get married, but they don't have the fortune to get married in this life. And God will make sure those who died single through no fault of their own, that didn't have chances to get married, will not be punished. They will have a chance to get married before it's all said and done, before there's that cutting off point where there will be no more marrying or giving in marriage. And the other reason that we would tend to get married younger than the average person, any Christian, and us like other Christians, and Jew or is Muslim, takes their religion seriously, believes that God wants us to wait till we're married to have sex. And maybe the same could be said for some other religions. I don't know what Hindus and Muslims, Hindus, and I'm clueless about what Hindus and Sikhs and Buddhists think about sex. So if you follow the teachings of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints about when to have sex, and you don't get married until you're old, that's some years, depending on the age, of course, years that you are not yet knowing what sex feels like. So that's how I would have answered the questions. I did answer them just now. And there was one question that was asked to Glenn Beck that was more about him than about the church. So you should feel safe voting for a Mormon. We want no theocracy. It's stupid to base your vote on what someone's underwear is, what they think heaven will be like, what they won't eat or drink, that they're not forcing you to eat or drink or wear. And you're not a conservative. If you're worried more about those things than our national debt, what happens with the law on abortion and homosexual marriage, and whether we get Supreme Court justices who will do their job and not be activist judges. So thank you for your listening to me. Have a good day.